When you talk to yourself in your head, are you cruel? Do you say things to yourself that you would never say to your best friend? We're going to talk about why that's not good for your anxiety or your OCD. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels, and I'm a child therapist, and I make videos for kids with anxiety and OCD. Today I want to talk to you about negative self-talk. What is negative self-talk? Well, that is a fancy word for how you talk to yourself, and it's negative. It's not good. And a lot of people don't realize how often they're saying horrible things to themselves. I'll never be able to do that. Gosh, why did I say that? That was so stupid. You can never get anything right. Do you think you can do it this time? Yep, another lame answer you gave her. I don't think you should do that because you really suck at that. They're all staring at you. I mean, you were really horrible. They're thinking, what a freak. Nobody's listening to you right now. That was a weird thing to do. Does that sound familiar? How often are you telling yourself bad things? Some of us have this ongoing voice in our head that's constantly pointing out the things that we're doing bad, the things that we're doing wrong, and how other people are judging us. That does not help anxiety or OCD. So what do you do with that? Most of us talk to ourselves in ways that we would never talk to a best friend. And it's a domino effect. So if I say to myself, oh my gosh, nobody wants to be your friend. You're so awkward. You're so weird. You're so not cool. Guess what's going to happen? That's going to change my behavior. So I'm going to walk around feeling not cool, not welcomed, isolated, alone. I'm going to carry myself in a way that says, I'm not cool. Don't talk to me. I'm a freak. And guess what people are going to think? She looks like she doesn't want to talk to anybody. She's walking around looking like she doesn't want to talk to anyone. I'm looking closed off because of the things I'm telling myself. And so people don't talk to me, don't include me, and don't want to be around me. And so that adds to my thoughts. People don't want to be around me. People don't like me. People do think I'm a freak. And all of that vicious cycle was created by my thoughts. Now that's going to fuel your anxiety. So how do you fix this? Well, for starters, as completely cheesy as it's going to sound, you have to work on what you tell yourself, because what you think has a lot of power in how you feel about yourself. So if I'm constantly tearing myself down, there's no way I'm going to feel good. And if I don't feel good, there's no way I'm going to battle my anxiety or OCD. So I want you to do a couple things. Sit there and I want you to think of 3 words that describe yourself. Not that one. Nope, not that one either. Good words. Words that describe yourself. Words that describe your personality. Are you funny? Are you smart? Are you interesting? Are you creative? Are you kind-hearted? Are you caring, sympathetic, honest, intelligent? Think of some words that describe you. They're going to be different for each person. And maybe not the ones I listed. What are your 3 words? Okay, write them down, pin them up if you need to, and I want you to highlight every time you do something that fits into that word or those words. I want you to mentally note that in your head. Oh, that was something that I just did that was really caring. There's evidence that I'm caring. Oh, that was something that I did that was really honest of me. Nobody really cared, but I was still super honest about that. That is another evidence that I am that. So we want to pick out 3 words that we're really going to hyper focus on and highlight so that we can recognize that those are really good qualities about us. You're not going to have great qualities across the board because nobody does. You're not going to be perfect in every area, and that's my next YouTube video next week. But we just want to highlight the things that you are awesome at. What's your awesome sauce? Yeah, I just said that. Next, we're going to think about 3 things that you're good at. 3 things that you like about yourself. So what's some talents that you have? Are you good at art? Are you good at math? Are you good at animals? Are you good at cooking? Are you good at video games? Are you really skilled at building something on Minecraft or building something with Legos? Are you really good at communicating with animals? Figure out where your talents are. Everybody has something they're good at. So think deeply. It doesn't have to be something like math, reading, or science. It could be anything. It could be like you're really good at killing bosses on your video game. Or you're really good at being there for your friends. Maybe you're a good listener. Or maybe you're awesome in the kitchen and you can make amazing meals. What is your talent? And then I want you to go around, just like the words that you described, find out, hey, there's evidence. You know what? I just made that really good meal and everybody in my family is really liking it. Or hey, I just built something really cool in Minecraft. That was pretty impressive. Or hey, my friend just spent 2 hours talking to me because she said I'm the only one that she can trust. Find evidence to prove that, yeah, I'm pretty awesome at that. Everybody's good at something and everybody has some talents. What are yours? Dig deep. Now I want you to do an experiment. I want you to take a whole day and I want you to count. Every time you say something negative in your head about yourself, count it. At the end of the day, what's the tally? Figure out how many times did you say something negative about yourself. The next day, I want you to tally up anything you say that's positive, only focusing on the positive. Every time you say something to yourself like, hey, that was actually a really good response. Or hey, I really did well on that. Count how many you have. Compare them. How many good things did you say versus how many bad things did you say? Are they disproportionate? Do you have a lot of bad things and only a little good things? You need to work on that balance. And for a lot of people, it's not going to come naturally. I know it didn't for me. I had to force myself. So I made a rule in my head, just as a game for one day. Every time I said something bad, I had to say something good so that I could make myself start to get into the habit of saying nice things to myself. And if I couldn't think of anything, I would sit there and I would have to come up with something. Why don't you try that as an experiment? Only do it for a day because we don't want to turn it into a rule or a compulsion, but just see if you can practice saying something nice to yourself. Maybe in the morning you wake up and you have to write 5 nice things down. Cheesy, I know, but a lot of people feel like it's being braggy or conceited or cocky to say nice things to themselves in your head. You're not bragging when you're saying it to yourself. And in fact, it's very motivating because when I make a mistake and I say to myself, Natasha, that's right, I talk to myself, you know what? That was impressive because you didn't even want to do that. And you got up there and you talked and you told people stuff even though you didn't even want to go. So that was pretty cool. That's how I talk to myself in my head, and it gives me power because the next time I have to do something uncomfortable, I say, you know what? You kicked butt last time, Natasha. You can do this again. Are you a cheerleader for yourself or are you a bully? No one needs a bully in their head, right? Anxiety and OCD is enough. We don't need to add to that. All right, so challenge accepted. I know this sounds really cheesy. I know this sounds like a typical therapist thing to say, but trust me, I was super negative to myself. And when I started to shift that, every time I said something negative to myself, I would catch it and I'd be like, Natasha, no, that's not cool. Would I say that to anybody else? No. So I'm not going to say it to me. And I really started to add to the things, what do I like about myself? And I really focused on it. And I was like, well, I kind of like this about myself. And eventually it became natural and I started to really appreciate myself. And when I appreciated myself, I wasn't looking around trying to get evidence that I suck. Nobody wants to look around and find evidence that they're not great, but that's what you do when you're negative to yourself. And that's what you do when you have anxiety and OCD. So start changing the dialogue, start changing the conversation in your head, and things around you will start to change for the better. You have a wonderful day. I hope you find the sparkle in everything you do, and I will talk to you next Thursday. Take care.